when one day you feel like something that you missed from what I said, you can just like watch the YouTube again. I am not going to share the YouTube link to anybody else. It's just for us. And so why that I need to record that on YouTube, because one day I don't know, sometimes the campus also asks me to do the same. To just provide as a proof that we had the class. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you, but I just added to the class this morning, so I haven't enrolled to Canvas yet.
Hmm. Okay. That's actually beyond my league. Navas, you should
Okay.
say to the AR card. I
Okay.
really do not know about that. So
Okay. Thank you,
for
sir.
anyone else, I will
Thank
know
you.
you better in WhatsApp group after this. You will see another side of me in WhatsApp, and then
Okay.
see that's thing. I will start this class by doing this. So we talk about religion. For so many people, religion is still important. The thing is, not that many people also understand what religion is. But for so many people, religion is just like love. You know, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you are sad, sometimes you know that love moves you. But when I come to you and I ask you what is love, can you define that? You cannot, because sometimes I do not know. Sometimes you just fallen in love to someone without any reasons, right? You just see someone and hey, I like it, you know, and I feel like I will spend my life with it. But you just do not know what is it. That's also what's religion. To start off, I need you to bear with this. See this. Do you know this?
Yeah.
This is Taj Mahal, and then we also have Kaaba. We also have walls of Jerusalem. This is a like a. We also have these totem things. My question is that actually, what happened to this? Why people in different culture living in different time, they have something to connect them. The question is that look, the Jerusalem and the Kaaba is so far away apart, as well as the wall, and then and a lot of symbols. You'll see a lot of symbols of religions here, right? And then my question is that are they all connected? What do you think? Are they all connected? Like the totem in Latin America and the wall in Jerusalem, are they connected?
Maybe.
Bear with this. They are connected. How can they all connected? There were no Wi-Fi at the time. See, there were no like mass transportations like plane, like a car, or like anything. There's nothing like that, but they are all connected. How can it be?
Kayaknya ini gue.
Or like this one. This is like a questions like people kept asking. Why do millions of people are scheduled to join the church in Rome, Jerusalem, river in India? You know the river that I meant, yeah? And a black cube in Makkah. A black cube is the Kaaba. I remember one day I read an article by the Americans. He wrote about that the Hajj thing, the Haji, is the biggest mosh pit ever. Have you ever do rock and roll concert and then when the singer just asks you to do the mosh pit, you know, give me the mosh pit, and then the music just start going, and that's what the Kaaba do, the biggest mosh pit ever. And are we in search for something? When we live as a human, do we have questions that we do not find the answers up to now? Do we still asking something we don't understand? Probably yeah, because it is all religion, right? So we have so many questions, and then so actually religions and everything that comes after it starts with the questions, with a lot of questions, especially questions on the existence of us. Why do we here, and what happened with us, and then what is actually the purpose of us being here, and all those kind of things leads us to believe in something that we do not understand. And so in religion, it is okay for you not to understand what you believe, because that's what differentiates religion and science. In science, I believe so that I may understand. In religion, sorry, in science, I understand so that I may believe. In religion, I believe so that I may understand. We do not understand God, but we believe in God so that maybe by doing so, we understand God. But in science, you cannot do that. And then, so what is it then? What is religion? This is a political question, actually. Like in Indonesia, we have only 6 official religions. Why only 6? Have you ever wanted to ask that? Why only 6? Because this is political. Political. Let me show you some funny facts about this. In Indonesia, we believe that all religion have to have one God, right? Ketuhanan yang Maha Esa. That is the first thing in our Pancasila.
Mm.
When we believe that every religion has to have a God, let me ask you, who is the God in Buddhism? Do they have God? Is there any Buddhist in this class? Who is God in Buddhism? Siddhartha Gautama? No, Siddhartha is not their God. Siddhartha is Buddha. Buddha is not God. Buddha is anyone who came to enlightenment, meaning that Siddhartha is Buddha, but he is not the only one. There are a lot of people who become Buddha too. Okay, Siddhartha just become one of the Buddha that is famous. When he has an Instagram account, he has a lot of followers. That's it. But he's not God. Okay, so all
So
like this.
There,
Yes.
Mass. So they're just following the path of who was that? Siddhartha Gautama. So
Yeah, but Siddhartha is not the God. Then
So
it's
they're
actually
just-
failed to the first requirements to have only one God. They don't even have one.
right.
Okay, who is the God in Hinduism then? How many God in Hinduism? Is that only one?
3.
No, they have 3. See? Then why Hinduism become religion still? They have 3 gods. No, actually Hinduism do not have God. Their God is Neti Neti. That's how they call it, Neti Neti. Neti Neti is not this and not that. Meaning if it is this, then it is not God. If it is that, then it is not God. So, okay. It's very confusing. Let me ask you again, are you Muslims? Who is your God?
Allah, yes.
Allah.
Is Allah the names of your God, or is it the name that you use to call your God?
The name that we used to call our God.
I believe that the name.
So like, hey, my name is Anam. So that is my name. So you call me Anam, right? What about Allah? Is that the name of your God, or is that the name that you use to call your God?
I think that it what we use to call him.
Yeah. In our prayers, so we used to
Yeah.
call him Allah.
Because Allah is actually God, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like Allah is the Arabic word for God.
Yeah.
And God has no name. Okay, so that's all fall into many questions about religions. So what is religion? There are a lot of people trying to different meaning that this God, this power, can do anything that he wants without any explanations. They can do that. Like for example, it is very possible for God to kill someone that is healthy, we think live happily, but then he dies, right? It is supernatural, but God can do that because God, or the supernatural power, is the power that is not natural. Not natural meaning gak alami. So also it is a personal or institutionalized system grounded in such belief. And so when I ask you, do you believe in religion? What would you answer? Do you believe in religion?
Not really, I think.
Don't.
But I believe in God.
Don't. Yeah. Good. Don't believe in religion. Believe in God. Why not? Because religion is this one, institutionalized system grounded in such belief. So like the force of religion is still belief, not the religion. So when I ask you, do you believe in religion? No. But when I ask you, do you believe in God? Yes. See? Then the question is that, can we believe in God without belief in religion? Yes. And we call that agnosticism. Okay? We will later go on with that. Now, this is one thing really interesting. Who are we talking about? Who is supernatural power? Who do you think is supernatural power? Is it God
Ghost.
or like good ghost like Casper or like an angry ghost like a vampire?
What's supernatural power?
Yeah, what kind of ghost? Or I mean, like,
Genderuwo.
Casper.
can it only deities or ancestors preparing for heavens for us for the next life? I don't know.
Asik.
This is one thing. Tuhan is actually hantu.
Tuhan tuh, Tuhan.
See, Tuhan, 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 Tuhan. We can never like really negotiate between Tuhan and hantu because first, this is based on the phenomenology. Different people living in different community and different time, they have different god plus different ghost, right? Usually different god followed by different ghost. In Indonesia, we believe in pocong, right? Why we believe in pocong? Because that's what we see when people die. They are dressed up like in a pocong, right? And then so our imagination is that when the dead woke up, then the dead will be using the uniform that they wore the last, right? It is pocong. So that's why pocong is only in Indonesia, but not in the US. In the US, they have vampire who walks like this, right? Why? Because not pocong. Now, imagine then, what if pocong met Dracula? Can they talk? Maybe not, because
They can.
Dracula speaks English and pocong not. And pocong is actually not Indonesians. Pocong is Japanese Muslim. Because if you are Japanese but you are not Muslims, when you dead, you are not buried with pocong. You are wearing tights. See? And then now, if you have Dracula, according to the movie, you can spell away the Dracula by giving these signs, right? Like the cross sign. With in the name of Father and Jesus, and oh, you disappear, right? And then can we do this for pocong? And then pocong come, look, and then, gua pocong goblok. And then we should let it, like so ayat kursi and all that. Can we recite ayat kursi for the Dracula? Maybe not. Or that
I still
Chinese
believe it can.
Chinese
You
vampire.
won't understand, sir.
Yeah. Usually when we gonna cast away the Chinese vampire, we use that yellow pepper with Chinese, right?
Yeah.
And then it will just like pause. Can we use the same pepper to cast away pocong?
Oh,
No, why?
I guess so. I guess.
See, because when we believe in God, we are actually limited by the conditions of time and place when we are. And then so that later we will see, like for example, why Allah, the concepts of Allah is only believe in Middle East but not in China. In China, they don't believe in God. They believe in the ancestor. So that's why it is a must for every Chinese to respect the ancestors, even when they die, so that they will put all the photographs of the ancestors at the wall to see, because when they die, they will meet the ancestor in heaven. And so it is important for you to know your ancestor. It's like in the movie Jojo. Yeah, have you watched a Coco movie?
Yeah.
And then you will say, hey, uncle, I am your nephew. How do you know I am your uncle? I have your photograph. See? But in Muslims, you cannot do that. Once you die, you are nobody, right?
Nobody
Okay, or
believes me.
maybe why we call that supernatural power is because it is the limit of our knowledge. I always love this one. Guys, do you still believe in sky?
What?
Do you believe in sky? Sky, something that you look up.
Yes.
There is no sky. What is sky? See, look up. Is there sky? No. The blue thing is not sky. The blue is our limitations of our eyes to see. That's the limit. We cannot see beyond it. So that's why when we see sea, it's also blue. Have you ever wondered why sea is blue? Because it's too dark. We cannot see inside. That is blue. And so I need you to wake up. There is no sky. It is only. So this is what the dictionary say about what is sky. Sky is only the region of atmospheres and space seen from the Earth, meaning that actually there is no sky. And so what we see is not sky. What we see is the limit of our ability of our eyes to see. There is no sky. And then so where did it begin? If you wonder to see, religion is actually as old as humankind. It is Adam and Eve. I'm not really sure. So the concept of Adam and Eve actually is only believed by Middle East religions. Judaïsts believe in Adam and Eve, Christians believe in Adam and Eve, and so does Muslims. But different religions, they don't believe it. Just, I'm not going to take you far to China or Japan. Let me ask you to Badui people, in Suku Badui, in Banten. They believe that the first human being ever created by God is in Badui. So it is not Adam and Eve, it is from Badui. Suku Anak Dalam in Jambi, they believe that the first human being ever created by God is their ancestors. That is in Suku Anak Dalam in Jambi. And so, you know, when we talk about the first humankind, is it Adam and Eve? I don't know. If you read Yuval Noah Harari book, Homo Sapiens, you will see that Adam and Eve probably are never recorded in any history books. I had this debate with my friends about Adam and Eve, and I asked, okay, which one do you think was born earlier? Is it Adam and Eve or dinosaurs? Which one came earlier? I don't know, right? If Adam was the first, then why never Adam recorded like that he met dinosaurs or anything? Because we see the dinosaurs, right? The bone, we can still see it now, or anything. Something theologically is something that you need to believe only, not to question. Sometimes it's just like that. Humans have had questions on so much things, and it is not easy to find the answers. Like the questions like this: who we are, why we are here, could it be more, what if, you know, this kind of question is like a philosophical question that we cannot answer actually. And then human being, then we really tend to look to power outside of themselves for protections and reassurance. Why do we need to have protections from something, or I don't know how to call it? Is it something or someone like outside of ourselves to protect us? Because we believe that we do not have enough power to protect ourselves. And so we need someone or something that has supernatural power to protect us. But again, who is this that we're talking about? We do not know. Okay, I am done speaking now. It is your time.
Where did we
Come.
Why are we here? Where did we What lies beyond and what lay before? Is anything certain in life? They say life is too short, the here and the now, and you're only given one shot. But could there be more? Have I lived before? Or could this be all that we've got? If I died tomorrow, I'd be alright, because I believe that after we're gone, the spirit carries on. Used to be frightened of dying. I used to think death was the end. That was before, I'm not scared anymore. I know that my soul will transcend. I may never find all answers. I may never understand why. Never prove what I know to be true, but I know that I still have to try. If I died tomorrow, I'd be alright, because I believe that after we're gone, the spirit carries on. Move on, be brave, stop weeping my grave, 'cause I'm no longer here. Please never let your memory of me disappear.
Oh my God. So you got the ideas, yeah? The ideas is that why religion starts. It's because people have a lot of questions, especially questions about themselves and the questions about what's going to happen after this. Many people are not ready to die, right? Is there anyone of you guys in this class ready to die? Nobody's ready to die. So that's why we create our stories, just to make sure that, hey, we're going to have another life after this, right? And there will be God after this. And then probably there will be heaven and hell after this. I do not know. But in this class, we will learn that even the concept of hell and heaven is actually not believed by so many people. It is the concept of hell and heaven in different religions are different. Like, for example, religion that was born in India, they don't believe in hell and heaven. They believe in reincarnations. When you die, you live again, right? They reincarnate. There is no hereafter. Akhirat, Padang Mahsyar, that's so Arab. In India, they don't believe in that, right? In China, what happened when you die? After I die, in Chinese religions, I will meet my ancestors. I will meet my father, my grandmother, great-great-grandfather. I will be reunited with my family. It's a good thing, right? It is scary is only for Middle East religion, Judaism, Christians, and Islam. We have a very, very strict portrays on what's gonna happen to us after we die. You will either go to hell or heaven. That's it, right? And then so bear with it. So because we will see a lot of things. I'm not going to ask you to believe in one or two, but I just want you to open your mind that religion is really different. Like for example, this is how we start to see where and when people start to believe in religion. We start from the Neanderthal man. Neanderthal is a part of the Homo sapiens, if you ever heard about it. But Neanderthal man was the small but the smartest. If you are really keen to learn about it, you can read Yuval Noah Harari's book on Homo sapiens, where he explains a lot about Neanderthal man. Neanderthal man is our ancestors. Neanderthal is small, do not have like really big strengths, just like us. We are not really strong actually, but we have more brain that works perfectly. And then so like it is the best brain ever. And then in Neanderthal man who lived like 60,000 years before Christ, meaning that even much older than Jesus Christ, we found like burial sites with animal antlers on the body and flower fragments next to the corpse. And we also found a lot of people from different community where they buried food, shells, necklace of deer teeth, fine skin clothes, and many other things. Because like sometimes we believe that when we die, we actually are preparing for the next life. And so people at the time, when their relatives or their friends died, they will bury with the dead, like something to prepare for them. Sometimes it's weapon, sometimes it is food, sometimes it is clothes, just to make sure that in the next life you can survive. This kind of belief is still practiced by Chinese religion right now. In Chinese religions, they believe when you die, you need to bring all you have. So when you die, you are in a good clothing. Yeah, people clothe you up because when you die, you will live again in different world, but people will not see you naked, and then so dress up. And even the family can send money, send cars and houses. Of course, in Chinese traditions, is there any Konghucu in this class or Tao Kai? No. So in Chinese, for example, I can send money to my ancestor by burning my money. And then so I have money, I burn my money, and I believe that the smoke of the money that I burned are there for my father and my mother who already died. And then so they up in the sky, I do not know where, they will receive the money and then they can use the money to, just to live a life like us. You should watch Coco this weekend just to see what I'm talking about. Parts of religion for so many people, this part of culture, but it is also the ones who shape it. So this is just like what I explained before. Every culture throughout the history has had their own religions and their rituals of worship, meaning that different people create different religions. And so questions like who create religions? It is people or it is God? Who do you think creates religion?
People.
Yeah, not God.
People, but in the name of God.
So, yeah, so again the machine. Yeah. So many people said that this religion is from God. No, from phenomenological perspective, it is proven that religion is human-made. It is not God-made. So that's why we can know why one God has many religions. Because the God is one, but religion is, like we make it. Religion is at the first slide I showed you. Religion is the institutionalized faith, the faith that is institutionalized in institutions, that is religion. And so that's why religion is not the guarantee that you will go to heaven or not. Even the guarantee is what you do, right? And then so we know that those ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, as well as Incans, Mayans, Aztecs, a lot of religions that we see now is no longer there. Nobody practice Mayans or nobody practice Aztec as well too. This is like ancient religions and people now are forgetting them. But they are remembered through their architecture and their literature, mythology. You heard about mythology from Greeks, right? About all the gods and goddesses in Greek, but everyone in Greek is now Christians, and so they no longer worship Zeus, for example. They no longer worship their gods, but they worship Jesus. How can that be? I do not know. This is the Chronicle of Islam. Sorry, the Chronicle of Religion right now. We can see. This is the year. This is the year when Jesus was born. Jesus was born in year one, and so now it is 2020. Then Jesus is 2020 years old. Okay. Do you know what year was Muhammad born? Any Muslims know that? Sorry. Hey, where did I lose that? Okay. So here's where Jesus was born. This one, Jesus Christ. Muhammad was born around here. Any Muslims know what year is Muhammad was born? Hey, you who call yourself Muslims.
I forgot.
Oh, you forgot. You actually do not know.
Well, Christians
I
believe
ever learned about
Jesus,
that, but I
Jesus
forgot.
was born in the eve of Christmas.
Yeah, that was the Jesus, and it was debatable as well. Many people believe that Jesus was actually not born in year one, but year 4. A lot of people saying it is in year 4. So that's why, and Jesus was not born on December, guys, because December is snowy. And Jesus was not born in snowy, right? When Jesus was born, the sky was bright and everyone was out, meaning that it is not snow. but many people celebrate the birth of Jesus in December 25, which is snowy. I have no idea about that. Muhammad was born around here. Many people say Muhammad was born around 571 or 573. We do not know exactly because in our tarikh, it is only said that Muhammad was born in Tahun Gajah, right? But when is Tahun Gajah? Is it earlier than Tahun Kura-Kura or is it after the Tahun King Kong? We never know. Just Tahun Gajah. So according to the archaeological founding, we found that Muhammad was born around here, 571 or 573. But look at this. Judaism has started much earlier than this one. So Judaism is Yahudi, right? And then we have Christianity start here, Catholics come after it, and then around here we have what we called as Lutheran Protestant. Yeah, Protestant just start here, not so long ago. Muhammad, we have a lot of religions here. Shiism, Sunnism start here, meaning the Sunni Shia is after Muhammad. At the time of Muhammad, there were no Sunni, then there were no Shia, there were no NU, there were no Muhammadiyah or anything. Then what are we doing now? Hinduism, this is interesting. Hinduism, it is said that Hinduism started around this one, 1500 before Christ, but we never know. It could be, I believe Hinduism just started much before it. It could be here. Hinduism is said to be started here because this is when people the first time recognize Hinduism. So even Hindu is not the name of religion. The name of religion is Sanatana Dharma. Hinduism is the way British colonial called them. We will talk about that in Hinduism class. So Hindu start from Shindu, Shindu from Shindus River. Shindu River is Ganga, Sungai Ganga. So we call that everyone who worship something along with the Sungai Ganga, we call that Shindus. Shindus and then become Hindus, but they are not Hindus. So Hindu is how outsider call them, but they don't call themselves Hindu. Hindu is the Sanatana Dharma. And then what characterizes religion? I will go fast on this one. What characterizes religion is that we have 5C, creed, cult, conduct, code, and community. You do not have to take pictures or take note on this one. If you need the slide, let me know. I will share this in our WhatsApp group. Yeah? Sounds good?
Yeah.
So what is creed? Creed is a theological belief and scriptures or holy writing. It is said that every religion has to have scriptures, kitab suci, holy books. Otherwise, they will not be called as religion. That's what happened to local religion. Local religion, they don't believe in scriptures. To them, what God said cannot be written, but need to be said. So they teach religion, they pass the teaching of religion orally, not writing, but oral. It's like mantra, aci. You cannot write a mantra, right? If you go to Dukun, then Dukun will give you the mantra. Just memorize the mantra, say that 40 times after Maghrib, and then the one that you love will fall in love with you. Right? But you cannot write it down, because when you write it down, they believe then there is no magic at all. The magic will disappear. But for religion, no. We have to have scriptures. So that's why every religion has scriptures. And also, we have this God, or something that we refers of worshiping, the one that we believe, the one that we worship. But for so many times, we do not know that every religion has God. Throughout this class, you will see that a lot of religion, they don't believe in God. Buddhism is first, they don't believe in God. And so many people say that Buddhism is actually atheist religion, because this is religion with no God. But how can it be religion? It's still a religion. They just don't believe in God. Or you'll see Jainism. Jainism is pantheistic religion. They believe in God, but to them, they also believe that everyone can be God. So God's not only one. If you are good, if you don't do any sins, and then you are just holy, then when you die, you become God. People will worship you. That's Jainism. We will learn about it too. And then there are a lot of people believing that God is not only man, right? In Middle East religion, Judaism, Christians, and Islam, God is always man. In Quran, it is said Huwa. In Bible, it is said He, right? It is always man. But in Sikhism, you will see that God is also woman. In Buddhism, we also had transgender to become God. Do you know who? The transgender who become God in Buddhism? No? It is Dewi Kwan Im. Dewi Kwan Im was born man, but then he became woman, and then he became God, goddess, Dewi. So it is interesting. We will learn about that later. And then religions also has to have conduct or code works. It refers to ethical values. So religion actually give us a lot of ethical values about good things to do, bad things not to do, and all the things. But the practice is that the more we are forbid to do something, is the more we are challenged to do it, right? Semakin dilarang, semakin terangsang. That's what we are. Hey, don't drink alcohol. It is dangerous. Let's buy it. Yeah. Or like, hey, do not have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It is not good according to your religion. I need to have one. See, that's what we are as a human. The more we are forbid to do something, the more we are challenged to do it. And so religion is actually full of code and conduct. This is conduct. The conduct is ethic involve systematic defending and recommending concepts. It's about right and wrong. Like, for example, this is a pretty good question. Do you think stealing someone's possession is wrong? This is a simple question. Is it wrong to steal someone's possessions? If I steal your money, is it wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know?
Because it disadvantage the others.
So what then? Now in this position, I am advantaged than you guys because I can give you score. You cannot give me score, but I can, right?
Mm.
So what with advantage? How do we know that something is wrong? Religion said so. See? Like, for example, is killing someone always wrong? No.
No.
If I kill someone, probably wrong. But when the state killing someone, like for example, death penalty, it is killing someone still, right? But it is not wrong. The question is that how can that not wrong? Because religion says so.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
It's not wrong if the justice is served.
It is not wrong if we are the justice. And
Because
it is not wrong if we
there's
have
some wrong accusation for death penalty. Like it happened not most of the time, but sometimes it happened.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, but when we realize that it's already too late, the guy's already dead,
exactly.
and nothing will change that. But still, like how to know that something is wrong, something is morally wrong. We do not know. I had a really amazing time learning about this. Like for example, if I fallen in love with you, as in my students, I have wife already. Is it wrong? Is it wrong to become pelakor?
Yes.
Why? Love is always right.
Because you already have
Huh?
responsible.
What?
Because you already have responsibility for your wife. Yeah.
Adi, do you believe that love is always right?
Not really.
Not really. You must be jomblo. You do not know what you're talking about.
Nggak gitu juga kali.
Well, that's the point. See, so religions, whether you agree or not, it says what is wrong and what is right. Sometimes we cannot agree with that. I do not know. Like for example, why eating pork is haram for Muslims? Why? Why? I do not know. Every reasoning to support the haram of of eating pork has already been debunked. Like for example, do not eat pork because it has like dangerous animal inside it. But hey,
Like
it is not only
lava.
pork. Even beef also have that things, right? And when it is cooked properly, then it is healthy. And why it is still haram, I do not know. I am not saying this so that you can eat pork. I don't eat pork too. I mean, like, it's just like, sometimes we cannot agree with what religion says. It is okay. Like, for example, in Islam, it is okay for you to have more than one wife, right? Polygamy. I do not do that. In some interpretations of the Islamic teaching, it is also said that it is okay for you to kill infidels, kafir. Just kill them. I don't do that. Sometimes you just don't have to agree to anything that religions told you. The last thing is also community. So it is called religion when you have community, when you have adherence. If you do not have community, then it is not religion. For example, if you believe in me as a God, for example, you believe in me as a God, but you only have that, you are not religion. Because to have religion, you have to have community. So we have to at least one class believe in me as a God, and then is that enough? No, we still have holy scriptures. If you do not have a holy scriptures, then it is not religion. So all the things. But the question is that, is this really religion or is this political thing? I don't know. Maybe it is political. I don't know. It is really politics. Like I remember one day in Sampurna University, I invited my friend. She was Buddhist. She was from Thai. She's Thai, Thailand, and then she was surprised knowing in our class that Buddhism is religion in Indonesia. What? Buddhism is religion? Yeah. Even in Thailand, it is not religion. What? Yeah, it is only way of life. Meaning that Buddhism is who you are. When you are born, you are Buddhist. And then what if I am a Thailand and I pray 5 times a day? Yeah, you can. Then you are Muslim Buddhist. Mubu. What? So in Indonesia, Buddhism is religion, but in Thailand, it is not. Ah, okay. I also remembered my lecture is from Netherlands. I forget. I think it's from Netherlands. He also shocked knowing that in Indonesia, Catholics and Protestant are two different religions. How can that be? I don't know. I also remember my friend from Pakistan. He was shocked listening to Azan using loudspeaker. He said like, Anna, what is going on? What? Why is everyone doing Azan with a loudspeaker? Why not? In Pakistan, everyone is Muslim too, right? Yeah, but they don't do it. Oh, so they do Azan, but not with loudspeaker. Or if they do it with loudspeaker, it is only limited person who are permitted to do so, not everyone. So the one who can do the Azan is the one with the permissions from the government. And so meaning that they have to find a certain certificate so that they can do Azan. And so the Azan sounds good, like really nice to hear. Not like Azan that we have here. Sometimes the notes are just like off the note. And then I do not know, sometimes just with a cracky voice. So so this is the thing that we learned. Mostly we will learn about religion that are separated into Middle East and then Far East religion. Middle East is actually religion that was born in Middle East, but then developed with the Western faith, with the Western concepts. So remember when I asked you, do you believe in Jesus that is white? It's actually Western. Jesus is from Middle East, right? So it is impossible for people from Middle East to have blue eyes, curly hair, and blonde, but probably six packs, yes, but white is not. It's more like brown, like us, because Jesus is from Nazareth. Nazareth is in Middle East. It is not somewhere in Rome or Italy. Religion that is in Middle East that we will learn is that Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And perhaps we will talk a little bit about Zoroaster. Zoroaster is really interesting religion because now the number of the Zoroaster followers are growing up. Most of the Zoroaster are now ex-Muslims from Iraq and Syria. They felt like I am disappointed with Islam because Islam in Iraq and Syria are Islam that kill infidels, Islam that are not fair to women. Women are sold out. You remember like the case of ISIS, yeah, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, that terrorist groups. So Muslims in Iraq and Syria, they are traumatized with the Islam. That is not Islam. And then so they left Islam and then now they back to their old religion, ancient religion, that is Zoroaster. Does it also happen in Syria and Iraq? No. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, I met this woman. She's a leader of local religion in Indonesia. I met her in Bandung, and she told me that, hey, you know what? Now the follower of local religion in Indonesia is also rising. Yeah, why? And most of them are ex-Muslims because they don't feel like they are Muslims. You know, like a lot of things they cannot find in Islam. And then so the only way to find the answers for the question that they have is that they worship their ancient religion. That is agama lokal. Sometimes I about 2 or 3 years ago, I met this guys from Sabta Dharma in Malang, Batu, and they said like, this is our religion. Islam just doesn't fit us as a Javanese. We Javanese have to worship what Javanese worship. That is Sabta Dharma. So in Java, you have a lot of local religion that are now rising up as well, and then you know, that's the fact. Yeah. And in Far East, we will learn about Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism. Do you guys know about Sikhism? Anything? Any info about Sikhism that you know? No? Sikhism is if you see if you watch Upin and Ipin movie, it is Charanjit Singh, yeah, the one with the headscarf, turban. They call that turban. Sikhism is unique religion. They believe that when you are Sikhism, you are forbidden to cut your hair. You cannot cut your hair. So from the day one you were born until you die, you cannot cut your hair. You cannot also wear bracelets to, you know, like to tidy up your teeth, because they believe what God gave you is the best for you. So do not do any modifications. So like, do not cut off your eyebrows, do not cut your hair, do not do sunat, you know, circumcisions and anything, because what God gave to us is what best for us. And we also have Jainism here. Jainism is a crazy religion where they believe that everyone can be a god. And in Jainism, they believe that the only way to come to God or to release from this world is not to attach to anything. Meaning not to attach to anything is not to have anything. The very extreme Chinese, they even believe that we are not supposed to wear any clothes. Because when we wear clothes, then we are attach ourselves to something. This is dangerous. And so what we're supposed to do? Just go naked everywhere. See? We don't have Jainism in Indonesia because this will be dangerous. Jainism are in India. A lot of Jainism are in India. They don't live in village. They live in the forest or in like really isolated places. They don't do anything, you know, like they just pray. They don't even work. They don't marry. They don't start family. They, you know, their purpose of life is just to die, but to die as a holy man. A holy man is the one who are not attached to something. Imagine when we attach to our clothes, we will spend a lot of our times only thinking about our clothes, right? What clothes should be worn for today, and then what clothes for the next day, and then, you know, this kind of thinking, according to them, will dispute our concentrations to God. And so it is always better not to have clothes. And Buddhism actually also teach that we are not attached to something, but it is symbolized by cutting off the hair, staying bald. We have also Confucianism, where again you will find that Confucianism is actually confusing. That's why we call that Confucianism, because it is confusing. They are religion, but they don't have concepts of God. They don't even know what God is. Or I remember one day the Confucius was asked by the students, so Confucius, what would happen to us after we die? And then the Confucius said, don't ask that to me. I never died too. So what happened? I do not know. So, okay. So they do not have concept of God. They do not have concept of hell or heaven. To them, that is not important. What important to them is what do we do now in this life? Whether after we die there is a life or not, that's not in our league. Let's just leave it that way. We will also learn about Taoism and Shintoism. Shintoism is a religion in Japan, which is good. Shintoism is actually the antithesis of Islam. Like for example, in Shintoism, they worship gods of sun. They call that Amaterasu. Why they need sun? Because Japan is dark and cold, so they need sun to brighten them up, to warm up the Japan. But Islam, who was born in the middle of the desert, full of heat, really hot, they chose the god named Allah. According to Karen Armstrong in History of God, the book History of God, Allah is actually the name of God of water. And so we need God of water instead of God of sun. So if Amaterasu were there for Islam, then a Muslim would reject that. This is the concept. And then westernized the Middle East. This is the thing that you need to know about what Western religion, what is religion. I am not going to read this. I will give it to you, the slide in the WhatsApp group. But the last thing I want you to remember is that why we learn what religion in this class is that because I want you guys to understand the difference and see similarities between nations and cultures, both political and philosophical. Like when I said earlier in this class, if you were born in Russia or in Brunei Darussalam or in different country, you would probably have different religion right now. So I just need you to see the difference and similarities, and then appreciate our own belief by seeing them alongside those of others. So this is my experience. I've been learning a lot of religions. I've been really focused on certain religions. But the thing is that the more I learn about other religions, the more I find myself believe in my religion. And so I hope you guys are not afraid of learning other religion, because the more you learn about other religion, the more you will understand your own religion. And by doing so, you would believe in your religion. But this class is doesn't meant for you guys to believe in religion. If you do not want to believe in any religion, that is up to you. Okay, there is no problem with that. I am okay with that. And then I need we guys all to work for ecumenism, through a meaningful exchange of ideas between religious groups. And then the last things I need you guys to do is that enjoy life, because I don't understand why people refuse the concept of tolerancy, because we do not have any choices now, right? We live with people of different faith, we live with people of different religions, and we do not have any other choices but to respect each other. So guys, that's it, the introductions. Is there any questions? Or this? Hey, what's up with my connections? Can you listen to me? Yeah.
Tadi sir, tadi. Sekarang udah bagus.
Maybe because you are miskin, that's why. You cannot listen to me clearly.
Thank you loh sir. Mas.
Look.
Thank you loh mas. Thank you loh mas.
Even for this class, I upgraded my Wi-Fi. I used to use IndiHome. Now I use a different connections with a higher, much higher Mbps, so that it could maximize.
I just upgraded it to Mas.
Yeah, you did?
Because IndiHome, it's really slow.
Yeah, IndiHome sucks.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I just said that. No worry. So guys, this is first thing. If you have any questions, you can shout out, and while waiting for you guys to ask a question. I just need to remind you that we have a lot of assignments in this class. The assignments could be in, wait, let me show you the assignment so that you are aware of what's going to happen. Wait. Let me take you to, this one. So we have a lot of assignments here. You guys can see this, right? Okay. See, for this thing, this is one thing that I need you to do today. I need you to go online on your social media account. I need you to write anything about what you have learned from today's materials, and support others to, like to tolerance and other thing. I will publish this. The instruction is clear here. So this is the things that you will see in my class. Okay. We'll have a lot of assignments. Sometimes we will have individual assignments, but sometimes also group assignments. We will also have group project. And so response papers is always there. We have response paper 1 celebrating diversity. We will do that tomorrow. And then I will also divide you into groups so that you can work in your groups to do the presentations. And then a lot of instructions are there actually. So there's nothing to worry about. Is there anything that you want to say, or I don't know, what time is it?
Sir,
yes.
Just like I said previously that I haven't enrolled in Canvas, so I can't see the assignment.
Good questions. You can send it to my email. We can talk that later in a WhatsApp group. So guys, we still have 30 minutes left. I'm gonna ask you something if you do not want to ask me something. Is there anyone here in the class who think that religion is no longer relevant for this era? If you have something, just shut up. I mean, like, that's okay. We can discuss. I am not going to make you religious. Yeah? I'm just going to discuss about it and challenge the idea.
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Sometimes I do think that.
Sometimes you do think that religion is not relevant?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but because most people nowadays, they don't,
especially people in Western or Europe, they don't believe in God, but they do believe in goodness and being kind to other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, not to hurt anyone's feelings like that. So
yeah.
What do you think about that, sir? Mas?
I think that is something that's really common, you know. A lot of people know that religion is not relevant. I think Tasha and Jennifer also do not believe that religion is relevant as well. I can see from their faces, which is fine, you know. I do not know what to say, guys, because I've been in that positions too. I also think that a lot of things in religion is not relevant too, but not everything, you know. Something in religion is also still relevant. Most of it, I don't find it that well. But religion, again, religion is actually like a moral code. It consists of moral thing, something to show you whether something is right or something is wrong. But again, right and wrong is not eternal. Something what is right today is not right for tomorrow. Polygamy, for example. In the time of Prophet Muhammad, polygamy is right. That was the only way to save women from slavery, right? Because you can only marry the free woman, not the slave woman. Hanya perempuan merdeka yang bisa dinikahi, right?
Yeah.
And so before you marry them, you need to free them from slavery. So at the time of Muhammad, polygamy is okay. But now, no, it is no longer okay. So please, anyone in this class, do not join the polygamy class, yeah? No, that's not right. Or other things, I do not know. Like, for example, what I don't find also good in religion is that, like, the way religion see homosexuality. I cannot understand why religion cannot agree to homosexuality. Why? Or interfaith marriage. Sometimes I lead I am a penghulu. I marry people from different faith. I don't have problem with that. But still, many people still think that religion is not for that. And so, what is religion for? So, I mean, what can I say to you, Jesse, and everyone in this class who felt that religion is no longer relevant? It is okay for you to keep that doubts, to keep that questions, keep that with you, and then go for it. Just never stop, because religion is actually learning process. It is not believing process. Even if we believe in something, this is believing process. So this is not that, it's like when someone said to you that, hey, you know what, I love you. Even love is believing process, because maybe today I love you but not for tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow I still love you but the standard of the love is different, because different times, different place, different things happens. I cannot love you the way I want it to be. And so when it happens, then that's what happened. I do not know. Religion is a never ending process. You can still go through with it. So guys, is there any one of you who believe in your religion, but you actually have no idea of what you're believing? I mean, like, yeah, I believe in Christianity. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Father and spirits, but I do not know what happens. Or like, I do not know why I am like I am today. Is there any one of you who are struggling in that?
Those kinds of thoughts started when I was in senior high school.
So, Desi, are you Muslims or what?
I'm a Muslim, but
you don't
I'm
pray.
Still trying to figure it out what it is. So, but it's cool.
It's cool. Even Navaza also, she was also confused when I asked whether you are Sunni or Shia or Ahmadi. I am Muslims, but yeah, what kind of Muslims? I don't know. Yeah, it's a something else. I do not know.
I just follow what my family believe in.
Something like a legacy.
yeah, it's legacy. So let me hear from Shena Defara, are you there? Hello?
Go, Sena. Go, Defa.
Shena is not there. Ray?
Yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
Oh, yeah, shut the heck up. Why do you call me sir again?
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
I can feel you even mid, huh? Ray, are you still a good Christian now?
I think no, sir, because I haven't gone to church for 3 months.
Oh my God. Your fellow Muslim are never praying Jumatan too, and they are happy still. Ray, do you have like a big questions or doubts about your religion that you do not know the answers up to now?
Not yet, sir.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because you are afraid to ask that?
For my religion, I haven't had any question yet, but maybe for another religion I will have.
Ah, like what?
Like, like things that you have mentioned before. It's so that Judaism is the first or the oldest religion based on the data. Nah. However, if I analyze the one or the religions who is older than the other, I don't know why it always decrease. Like Judaism, the population of Judaism is always decrease. Hinduism and Buddhism. However,
Hinduism is actually rising.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hinduism is number 3 now. Okay. And Judaism, why Judaism decreased? They don't decrease. They just never open themselves to others. This is not missionary religion. You cannot be Judaist if you don't have Judaist blood from your mom.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, take for example, your father is a Jew, bapakmu Yahudi, but your mother is from Wonogiri. then you cannot be Jewish. So
And one question, sir.
Huh?
And one question: why people always like tend to think that Judaism is a part of Christian? I don't know why, because they don't know, or how, sir?
I do know, because Jesus was a Judaist.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you think Jesus is Christians? No. Jesus was a, so like this one. This is a, thank you for asking up the questions today. So Jesus is not Christians. Jesus is a Judaist. So who is Christians? Christians is the one who believe in the Christ, right? So it is like slang and slankers. Slang is not slankers, because slankers are the fans of slang, right? Or via Fallen and Falenisti. Via Fallen is not Falenisti. Falenisti is the follower of. So Jesus is not Christians. Jesus is a Jewish. Even Christianity start 150 years after the death of Jesus. So when Jesus come back here and see like, hey, Jesus, I am Christians. Yeah, what is that? Well, you know, I am Christians. I do not know. Until the day I die, there were no Christians. So, yeah. Okay, is there any more questions? You know, like something simple questions.
I have a question with the Catholicism,
yes.
Do you think Jesus is real?
Huh?
Do you think Jesus is real? In
Real?
the context of sorry. Real. Maksudnya beneran ada enggak? Benar-benar terjadi. Yeah. Because he's
I don't
actually
think anybody can answer that.
So I can go.
Wait, this is interesting. I took Christianity.
No one can answer that.
I took Christianity class, and it was in my lecturer, who was American. He said that I am a Christian, but I believe that there is no way to prove whether Jesus was exist or not. As a human being, we cannot prove that. And so, is it important to prove the existence of Jesus? Yes and no. Yes, for the historical perspective, it is yes. But for theological perspective, it is no. As long as you believe that Jesus is the proof of God, then it is enough. I do not know. So whether Jesus is real or not, ethnographically study, it is not. There is no finding whether Jesus was there. But from theological perspective, it is there, because a lot of people tell the stories about Jesus, and the narrations of the story is one. And so let's just get back further. What about Siddhartha Gautama? Is Siddhartha Gautama exist? Siddhartha Gautama was born 6,000 years before Jesus, right? In Nepal. Like, so he's much older than Jesus. Is Siddhartha Gautama real? Probably historically no, but people kept telling stories of Siddhartha Gautama, then probably yes. It's like asking questions like, is Hercules real?
Of course.
Agung Hercules, yes, but Hercules. And I know, yeah, one of the slang
Same question
was slankers. Yes.
The same question with Zeus. Is he real
Zeus.
or not?
Is Zeus? I don't know.
Medusa is she real or not?
Again, this class is a phenomenological class. And then so we base our concepts and our knowledge on phenomenon. And so like, why Christianity is now become religion? Because it become phenomenon. People make it phenomenon. It is phenomenon, right? And then, you know, why it become phenomenon? Because a lot of people believe in it. Look, when I ask you, am I handsome? Okay. When you believe, all of you believe that I am handsome, then I am handsome. What happened if all of you believe that I am not handsome? Can I still be handsome?
Yes.
No.
No. Because nobody believe in it. See? Like, because even the handsome, we do not have standard of handsome. What is handsome? Standard handsome of people in Nigeria and people in South Korea are different, right?
Yes.
In Nigeria, for example, the one handsome is the one that is black, have a muscle or big. But in South Korea, black is not handsome. Handsome is not even strong. Handsome is beauty. In South Korea, right? Handsome boy in South Korea is bencong in Indonesia. See, you are wearing any powder. Like, what are you guys doing? See, so when I ask you the questions like whether I am handsome, it is really up to what do you believe. Am I your lecturer? When you believe that I am your lecturer, then I am. But when you don't, then I am not. So the question is whether Siddhartha Gautama, whether Jesus real or not, from phenomenological perspective, you can say it really depends on how do you want to believe. I do not know. If you want to believe it, then it is true. But for Jesus, the story of Jesus is not only told in the Bible, it is also in Torah, it is also in Quran. Yeah? Quran also says a lot about Jesus. Plus, Quran also tells stories that Bible do not tell. That is about the mother of Jesus. If I remember one day when I was in Malang, I met this pastor, this priest. He told me like, you know what? I actually learned about Maryam not from Bible but from Quran, because Bible do not say anything about Maryam, but it is in Bible, in Quran. In Quran, we even have one surah, Surah Maryam, right? And so to ask questions whether Maryam is there, I don't know. Hey, you will later be shocked when we learn about Taoism. In Taoism, we will learn about this guy called Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is believed to be in his mother pregnancy for 82 years.
With what? How?
82 years. We, most of us, only 9 months, right? Or less. 9 months. This guy, 82 years. Is that possible? I do not know. Do you think Jesus was born and then talk? Is that possible? I do not know, but people believe in it, right? Even Muslims believe that Jesus, when he was born, he could talk, right? Muslims also believe in that because God forbid the mother to speak, okay? Do not say anything because your son will say it for you. How can we believe in that? I do not know. How Muslims believe that Muhammad traveled Isra Miraj from here to the sky 7th, where now we believe that there is no sky. So wait, sky 7? Then where is sky the first? We don't only have, see, we don't even have the sky the first. So how can sky the 7? Oh my God. So that's about belief. Sometimes you don't understand what you believe. Sometimes belief is just like falling in love. Yeah. Sometimes you don't understand why you falling in love to someone. You just let it go. You just do it, you know, because sometimes a lot of things you do without you even understand about it. Okay, next questions. Come on, guys, say something. This is our.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Mas, I have a question. What is considered a cult? Is it like subjective? Aliran sesat gitu, apa subjektif juga?
I do not know. I think once we say that there is aliran sesat, then we are actually doing the God parts, right? Siapa sih yang berhak menyesatkan orang lain? Ya Tuhan aja. It is not us. So when we say that, hey, don't do that, you are sesat, then who the heck are you to say that? I do not know. Look, Christianity was even a sesat in Judaism, right? Because it was a new religion. Jesus was seen as a naughty boy. Because Jesus was raised in Judaism traditions. He went to Judaism school, he learned Judaism, but when he grew up, he said, like, no, Judaism is wrong. We need to start new religion. That is Christianity. That's also what Siddhartha Gautama did. Siddhartha Gautama was born into Hindu's family. He learned Hindu. He even mastered Hindu, only to realize that Hindu is wrong. And so he established new religion, that is Buddhism. Like, for example, Siddhartha Gautama hated the most the concepts about caste, kasta. Siddhartha Gautama reject the concept that someone was born into different casta. If you are Brahman, or you are Sudras, you are Kshatriya, according to Siddhartha Gautama, that's all bullshit. We all were born the same. Okay, we start from the same start, and so there is no case. And then I don't believe in case. So, okay, even Muhammad was born into Quraishi family, right? And so be careful, because one day what we call as a sesat could be a big religion. And when they become big, it is us who become sesat then. Yeah, it is really depend on who say what.
Sir.
No. Yes.
Mas.
Yeah.
How about Satanism? Is it sesat or not?
Satanic religion. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, first of all, I am a teacher of religious studies, and so I don't have that concepts of sesat and not sesat. Yeah. Infidels or not infidels. That's not. So satanic religion is religion, because they have cult, they have creed, they have code, they have community. Like for example, they believe that they worship Satan. Why? Because Satan is clever. All religion believe that Satan is clever. You should read this book. I forgot the writers, but the book's title is The History of Hell, Sejarah Neraka. This is a really good book. This book explained that before concepts of heaven arrived, hell was a really good place. So everyone in hell was happy. Everyone in hell was, because in hell there were only Satans, and Satans are really clever. Even religion admit this, right? Setan adalah makhluk paling cerdas. Hanya saja ia sombong. That's it, kan? But it is a really, really clever. And so, what about they who worship Satanic? I think it is good. Go for it. In Indonesia, we do not have it. I think the last 2 semesters, we had one group in this religious class doing class presentations on Satanic religion. And one that I love the most about Satanic religion is that they support LGBT. So, yeah, go for it. I don't know. Any other questions? Come on, hit up. Put some more fire in this class. Odila, are you going to say something? Anyone?
Mas.
Yeah.
If anyone don't have any questions, so can I go for it? This is what I'm concerned about Christianity. So Jesus calls himself the Good Shepherd in John chapter number 10, 11 to 18. It's on the Bible. And who not only searches for a lost sheep or sinner, but who lays down his life for them. So are we the lost sheep, like a sinner?
I don't know. If you listen to Green Day song, do you know Green Day? In American Idiot's album, they said like Jesus of Suburbia is a lie. So, I don't know. I don't know. Are we the lost shepherd? I do not know. What we know is that we are all the Lamb of God. That's the thing. But just so you know that the concept of Jesus as a son of God is not new. I mean, like, it's not the one. We also had a lot of religion who also believe in that concept, that there is a son of God that will save us all. But then, like, for example, before Jesus, there was a religion that have similar concept to Christianity, and for example, they believe in the Son of God. The Son of God called Mitra. This Mitra was also born in 25th of December. It is like Jesus, and that it is believed that everyone who believes in Mitra will be saved, and then so you will become with Mitra in hereafter, and with Mitra's father, that is God. So, like, the concepts of God having son is also happened to Zeus, right? Zeus also having a affair with human. See, even this God who made Jesus is also God who have affair with human, right? And then so I am a God, you are human, and then so you will give birth to my son. So Zeus also had the concepts of that with the Hercules. Hercules will save us all, and it's all these concepts. It is true, I do not know. This class is not to discuss about whether a certain religion is true or not. This class is meant to understand why certain religions believe in certain beliefs. Why Muslims believe in that one, while why Hinduism believe in that one. Like, for example, why it is for Far East religion, Hindu, Buddhism, it is better to have more than one God. While for Middle East religion, it is okay to only have one God. I do not know. Maybe you will be shocked when I tell you that the only monotheist religion is actually Judaism. Christianity, they are not monotheist. They have more than one God. They have 3 gods. What about Islam? Islam have one God. But hey, this one God has a lot of assistants. Malaikat, Nabi, Rasul, right? So he's actually not all alone. It's like Brahman. Brahman, they have Brahmana, Vishnu, and then, and they even have Hanuman, Krishna, all the things. And then so we will learn about that later, about God, but I am not going to talk as I know God. I will only limit this to the God from the perspective of phenomenology. And so I actually have uploaded a really good book for you to read. This book is from Karen Armstrong, The History of God. So this book will not explain about where God was born or when God was born, but this book discuss about how certain people in certain place and certain time believe in certain gods, and why not we all believe in the same God. I don't know. Why can I and Ray Tiardo, for example, believe in the same God? Why Martin has to have to believe in different God to Tasha, for example? We will learn about that later. And I do not know. Like the concepts of God is so different. In Christians, for example, they portray their God as someone that is really close to them. They even believe that God can answer your questions right away, right? But for some religion, God is so far away. God is like, like the question is that when I do this, who did that? Was it me or God that I dropped this paper? See, there's a lot of questions about that. Many people say that when I drop this, it is actually God who dropped this, because God have a full control of myself, right? But sometimes I just do it on my own. I do not need God to help me with this. So that's what we call as a deism. Deism is the belief in God, but in deism, we believe that God only create us, but not run our life. So whatever we do with our life, it is on our responsibility. Whether we want to kill ourselves or we want to kill others, whether we want to sleep all day long or we want to stay in the class, it is not because of God, but because of us. So in deism, they portray religion as a watchmaker. Watch, something watch. So watchmaker, if you have watch, there's a maker of the watch, right? But the watch, when it works, it doesn't need the maker to stay in the watch. The watch will work according to its systems. And so that's what deism is going to look like. And so, yeah, there will be a lot of things that we will discuss in this class. Be ready. A lot of reading, of course. If you do not like to read, it is okay. Watch movies. Watch movies related to religion. You can, maybe I can give you some, like some suggestions of movie to watch in WhatsApp groups later on. A lot of movies to watch. If you do not like to watch movie, listen to song. We have a lot of songs to listen, like the one that we listen from Dream Theater. Like what happened when we die. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. I'll just die, but I will leave. Myself will stay with me. I do not know, like that's concepts. Okay, guys. I think the time is up now. Thank you very much for joining. Hey, I do not know which one do you like. Do you prefer to have class on Zoom or I don't know which one?
It's up to you.
Zoom is fine.
What about other classes? I do not know. So we actually in Canva we also have that things office 365.
I think that one isn't good, the Canvas one.
Yeah, but that is really bad. Sometimes you cannot hear to my voice. I cannot see you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but I love Zoom very much.
Yes, I
Google
think
Meet
very
is also good actually, but Google Meet you can only see me. I cannot see you back. It is not fair.
And also Google Meet, also limited, I think. It's only for like 15.
What?
Not
The
for
Google Meet?
15
Yeah, only.
people?
Yeah, something like that. There's a limitation.
Yeah. So if it is okay with you, so we will have class on Zoom, but
Yeah, I think-
probably not every time class in Zoom. Sometimes I will leave you with project. And so I just need to see your reports. Like, for example, if I give you project, for example, I divide you into groups and then I ask you to write or to do research on Buddhism and alcohol, for example. Or I need you to do research on Islam and environment. Like, why Islam just never say anything about deforestations, penebangan liar. You see, I need you to do interview or something. You can do interview by WhatsApp or anything. So when we do so, we do not have Zoom. So I mean, maybe we only have this kind of class once in a week. We have twice meeting per week, but let's just keep it once in a week so that you still miss me. If we meet too often, then you will not miss me. And then so I will miss you too. And oh my God, my wife is around. So that's why, but it is really up to you. This is your class. I am here to serve you. If you want, I mean, like, you are free to design your class. Okay, I am not like the creator of your class. I'm not the governor of your class. So again, thank you very much. I am looking forward to seeing you guys in new group WhatsApp, and then probably we can talk more about that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Hope to see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, Mas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, Mas Anam.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mas.
Mas.
Thank you, Mas Anam.
I am
Maaf,
leaving.
maaf, sorry.
I am leaving.
Mas.
Okay.
Bye.